Welcome to Today is Our Adventure. I'm Mike.
And I'm Amy.
And today we're going to be talking about the 5 top items that you need for survival when traveling with
the puppies, the fur babies, the dogs, the doggos. Yeah, we love our 4-legged children and we treat them like children, but travel days are tough, even for the puppies. So today we wanted to share with you our top 5 must-haves for traveling down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
All right.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.
Item number 5.
Poop bags.
Because poop happens.
Poop definitely happens. You know, we have these nice Arm & Hammer, not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Arm & Hammer. Arm & Hammer poop bags that are, at least they're good smelling. And I think that's one of the more important things that happen when you carry them in your vehicle is that the poop bags at least have a somewhat of a controlled scent on them. The Arm & Hammer ones are really good at that, that disguise the poop smell, because sometimes there's not a garbage can nearby, and that makes it difficult. So, like I say, my number 5 is the Arm & Hammer poop bag.
And I'm so glad you put this on the list because these are by far, again, not a sponsor, but they are by far our favorite brand of poop bags because they've got handles that make it easy to tie. They have the neutral smell, like you said, and the neutralizing smell, like you said. Neutral smell is another thing, too, though, because the scent, and I know I'm talking about poo bags, but you fur parents, you know what I'm talking about here. Some of them have that florally, like really strong, overpowered scent, and that gives me migraines. So it's got a more neutral smell in general, and then it neutralizes the smell, which is also super important. And it's... They're sturdy. I'll just put it that way. They're sturdy bags. Like, you don't have to worry about them breaking or having the seams rip or things like that. So I'm really glad you put that on the list because they are my favorite.
All right, let's see. What's yours?
So mine is Box Rescue Remedy because, like I was saying, all travel days are stressful travel days. And I actually learned about this when I worked with the rescue dogs. And by rescue dogs, I mean dogs that are in rescue that are looking for adoption. Mm-hmm. This is made to help with stressful situations. And like I said, travel days are stressful for everybody, puppies included. Sometimes puppies especially. Definitely in the first couple of days when we get back into a routine, if we haven't been traveling for a while, there's a lot of whining, there's a lot of pacing, there's a lot of just anxious behavior, and that can be super annoying when it's right behind your ear and you're trying to figure out what road to go on, and if there are wires you're having to go under, and if you're too tall or too, like if you're too tall for an area or whatever, you just don't need all that extra anxiety. So a couple of drops of these just help to relax the emotions and everything, and they work really well with our dogs. But definitely talk to your vet before you try anything like this. But we've been using it for years on those stressful days just to help calm everybody's emotions, and it works really well.
I'm glad you put that on the list. Okay.
Item number 4. I almost put that on my list, but I'm glad you did because it didn't make it on my list.
Let's talk about yours. What do you got?
All right, so I have these new headlamps. I got these, I don't know, about 6 months ago, and they are rechargeable. They are super bright. I'll try not to flash the camera and blind everybody, but they've got multiple settings, both the entire LED front and then the side. Each one has 2 settings for bright or for dim, and they are completely rechargeable and adjustable. So this is really important because a lot of times when we're traveling, our days end up longer than we would like, and we end up getting places after dark or even starting out in the dark. And, whether we're getting in early morning or whether we're getting in late because we're boondocking and traveling really long or we've had some trouble on the road or whatever it is, these have been just a godsend for us. And we got them on Amazon. It came as a 2-pack, so we can put that link in the
In the description.
In the description for you. Yeah, in the comments for you guys.
So my item number 4 is a retractable leash. These are
like jazzed up retractable leashes, though.
yeah, these are the
It's like-
high end, the flexi retractable leashes. These
You
are
got like 3 items in one.
yeah, these are definitely yeah. So these have you can get all. They come just kind of as it is, and then you can get the poop bag holder, which takes the rolled poop bags. Again, made by Arm & Hammer, not a sponsor. And they have these lights you can get for them that Velcro on the side, and you can turn on. They have batteries are a little low. Unfortunately, these take batteries. They're not rechargeable, unfortunately, but you can put them on however you like them. And they got a light, and then they have a red light for, you can't see it because the batteries are dying. I should have picked the one that had the batteries that weren't dying.
That's okay. But it has a red light or a red flashing light, which is really helpful and much safer when you're out walking around the streets or things like that.
Yeah, so you're jogging with your dogs. People behind you can see you, and the people, and you can see yourself in the front.
See where you're going.
Or in a quick pinch, you just grab these, and you forget this. You have at least a light, so you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then make sure you get the ones that are made for your dog. The dogs are quite large. These are.
Yes, like I said, I've worked a lot with different dogs, different dog sizes and everything through the years. And Flexi is definitely not a sponsor, but I would highly recommend a good quality name brand one. You don't want one that is just like a cheap, inexpensive. This is not one of those places where you're like, I saved so much money by getting one at dollar store, because those things can break, and that can be really dangerous when you're traveling, especially because the dogs are in unfamiliar territory. So make sure you get a really high quality one, and one that's rated for the size of your dog.
We really like these Flexis. They have, although mine was adjusted all the way down because I have fairly big hands, you can get they even have an adjuster on these that allow people with smaller hands to get a better grip and better hold on the dog, so that you can have something to hold on to and it doesn't slide around.
Absolutely.
Definitely get a nice set.
Yeah.
Item number 3. I'll let you go first.
I know you guys are going to think all I do is eat. but hangry people and hangry dogs are not a positive environment. They don't make for happy traveling. So this is one of my must-haves for the dogs. Our dogs especially are on prescription food, so it's even more important. But I do these pre-made bags of dog food, and it's a must-have for us. Like having the pre-made meals, so that when we pull up places and we're not having to struggle to try to get, along with everything set up, trying to figure out the dog food as well, and then also snacks. Everybody needs a snack, and so I make sure I have a little bag of what?
No, go ahead.
I make sure I have not only like the milk bones, but I like these little popcorn because it pairs nicely with my previous item, the Rescue Remedy. If you need a way to deliver the Rescue Remedy, they don't like just have it. I mean, not that we've ever done that, but not that we just kind of shot it in their mouth. But it goes down much nicer if you just put a couple drops on one of these little popcorn or one of the milk bones and give those to them. That way they get a little treat, and it gives them something. Also, I will say this, we've noticed too, like when we've changed elevations a lot, one of our dogs has more issues than the other with the elevation changes, and
Inner ear problem.
Inner ear, yeah. And I've never heard of that before. But you'll see him start whining and start yawning and stuff. And what I noticed is if I can give him some of these milk bones or a snack or something to chew on, that chewing is basically the same as having gum in your mouth for someone who's on a plane. So that really helps him as well. So snacks, food. That's my what? What are you smiling at? What's yours?
I'm smiling because my item number 3, and we did not coordinate this.
No, I'm interested.
Snacks. I got snacks.
Snacks are important for everybody.
So yeah, milk bones definitely, like she said, are totally entire. Like Amy said, are very important because not only can you help them with his ears, but you can also, when they're misbehaving or they're barking at somebody,
redirect the behavior.
You get them.
Good going there, for Papa.
Yeah, you tell them like when they're barking a lot, you can get them to stop barking. Then you give them a treat, and then they're busy chewing it, and they don't notice the 5 dogs walk by.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, having snacks, having the pre-made food, it's definitely it's not necessarily something you think of if you don't travel a lot, but especially on the long days, like they're just like humans and human babies, right? Like if you're hungry, you're grumpy. So don't be hangry.
Have a snack.
Have a snack. Have a snack for your puppies. Get it.
Sorry, all eyes were on us, while we're making this video.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
Looking at the camera.
Item number 2.
Travel harnesses.
Travel harnesses.
They're a bit hairy because our dogs are shedding. So these are. They only shed twice, morning and night. So this is, we actually have all of our stuff color coded because it makes life so much easier. Our dogs are very different sizes. They are not interchangeable sizes at all. So we have everything color coded for them because it just makes our life tons easier. But I digress. So this is a travel harness. It's not normally this furry. It is so furry right now. But we make sure you invest in a really good travel harness, one that will protect them. We couple this with a seat belt in the truck that stays in there all the time. It's locked into position, and it also has a little bit of a bungee on the end, which provides some give so that, in a life-saving situation, right, the most important thing is that the dog stays in place. But the bungee just also has a little bit of give to it so that if it's not life or death, and it's just like slamming on our brakes or things like that because someone cuts us off or what have you, it's not going to cause a major injury to the dog. So a good travel harness that's fitted to them properly and a good seatbelt, a good way of keeping them in, not only keeps them safe when you're driving and have potential issues driving, but also when you stop and get out and you're trying to get the dogs onto the leash, it keeps them from being able to bolt past you if they have a tendency to be excited and want to get there, or if they really have to go to the bathroom or what have you. Just a really good option. So
I'm glad you put those in there.
Yeah, thank you.
So my item number 2 is
oh my,
a travel tote.
A travel tote. Oh
Travel
yeah.
tote.
Oh, we do have the travel. Yeah.
I didn't bring in the one from the truck, which is actually it's quite a bit bigger.
It would be. Yeah,
but
you're right.
a travel tote that organized all of the other 4 items.
All the other items that I'm talking about go in the travel tote. Yeah.
But yeah, so get one that fits your vehicle, that you can carry in your vehicle, either in the trunk or wherever you're traveling your pets in. For us, it's underneath their little platform that they lay on.
Yeah.
And it keeps them out of the stuff that's inside, and it keeps you a good area.
And water and snacks.
Yeah, to put all the snacks in, so that and food, so that you don't have to sit there and dig around. Because there's nothing, at least to me, that's more annoying than
absolutely
trying to find
all the things
that you need when taking care of fur babies.
Yes, they are very much like children, and they have lots of things that they need on travel days too. So this is a fantastic idea. And normally I'm the organizational person, so I like that you put this in there. I do.
I like to organize too.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, make sure that you measure the space you're going to put it in, so that you find one that's going to fit all of the things that you need. But also, one thing you just kind of skimmed over is too, if it's heavy and it has stuff like this, make sure that it's also secure, so that if it's in the back with the dogs, that if you're in an accident for some reason, God forbid, that it doesn't go flying and crush somebody. So make sure that it's in a safe, secure location as well.
And you can put that in the comments too. We'd be interested in hearing how you travel your pets. Ours, like I said, are on a platform that we've made specifically and built for them that sits in the back of our truck.
We should show that at some point as well. But you specifically, we designed it together, and then Mike built the platform specifically for our space. It allows us to maximize the storage space underneath, as well as gets them up high enough because you've got the big truck so that they can see out the window and they're not so bored on travel days.
You gotta keep the boredom away, and we watched them like on other travel days before we had the platform. We were like,
especially the little one. She just like trying, she could only barely get her nose up above the windowsill, and she loves to look out. So it was really a struggle. The struggle was real.
the struggle was real. And it definitely provides us a good place to put the tote, the one that's actually in there that's like this.
Yeah.
So they don't actually stand on the tote if you're curious. So like I said, put in the comments how you travel your pets. We've seen
people do crates, and that's a really safe way to travel them as well. It gives them a little bit more freedom. Our guys, because they're so big, it's easier for us to have them on the seatbelts, like I just mentioned, because it gives them a little bit more room to move around. But we also have to watch that they can't get on each other's side of the truck either, because then their leashes cross, and that's like a whole thing. And it's basically like the two kids in the back seat going, "Mom, she's touching me." Yeah. So let us know how you guys deal with that, because we've seen even bigger dogs. Like we actually are parked next to someone right now who has two mastiffs. Two mastiffs. Those are humongous dogs. So how do you guys do it? Because we've seen the smaller dogs. We've seen as we call them the snack size. No offense to small dog owners. We've seen the ponies. Like the mastiffs. So how do you guys do it on travel days? Let us know. Yeah. We're always looking for new ways to improve.
Mm-hmm. Item number 1.
For me, it's the Waggle. Again, not a sponsor. They may be becoming a sponsor. I don't know. We'll have to check on that. But this has provided so much freedom and peace of mind for us. It's not a cheap. I mean, there are other cheaper options out there. We've seen other people talk about it that travel with fur babies as well. Some people just use the Wi-Fi based, thermometers in the RVs. But this, for me, provides a huge peace of mind. It's an expensive item, I'm not gonna lie, and it's also an expensive monthly subscription. I think it's about $12.50 a month, with us buying like the year-long subscription or whatever, one of the cheapest subscriptions. So it's definitely not cheap, but it has a USB power cord. We keep it in the RV all the time, so that whether we're 5 minutes down the road or in the RV or whatever, like we know if we've got a power loss, we know if the temperature changes. You can set humidity alerts, power alerts, temperature alerts, and you can set criteria. So it'll send a message directly to your phone if it goes outside of that criteria, or if you lose power. And so for us, that's been a huge change in the peace of mind we have traveling with them. And when we're on travel days, this goes in the truck with us as well, which is why it almost made my travel day list. It was a struggle, right? It really almost made, but I knew we were going to make this one as well. So I was like, it can wait to the dog one, but the dog edition, because this is definitely, if we hadn't had the dog edition, it would have been on my travel survival, like my five top survival items. Because we also plug it into the truck. It's got a USB. Plug it directly into the truck. So if we go in to fill up, or if we stop somewhere to eat, or we have to go into Walmart to pick up groceries, or whatever it is we're doing, it can alert us and let us know if the truck turns off, if it gets too hot or too cold in the vehicle, and it just provides us with a lot of peace of mind.
Yeah, that's an awesome item, and I'm glad you put it on there. I didn't think about it, and so I'm really glad you included it. It's very reliable, like one of the most reliable. We've had various other devices for our sticks and brick home that were not as reliable, and so this one has its own cell phone connection, its own cell phone service.
Exactly. We don't have to worry about the Wi-Fi in the park or anything like that, because it's got its own method of sending the messages and everything.
Yeah. So my item number 1 is...
Uh-oh. Oh, geez. Oh. So you had your item.
I already had my item.
You
had my item.
I had your item. Who knew?
Yeah, the travel harnesses. We won't go over them a lot again, but as you see, we didn't pregame this at all.
Not at all. It's a surprise to both of us when we find out what's on each other's lists. But yeah, these have definitely been, huge in regards to the safety of the dogs, and just feeling that, again, that level of comfort when we're traveling with them. And it also doesn't, They're made a little bit differently than other harnesses. I'll mention that since it's on your list as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're made a little differently than other harnesses, so we do have to watch if we're doing really long travel days back to back to back that they don't start rubbing or chafing in places. But they're designed for travel. They're not like the regular ones. Which most people don't realize this, but most harnesses are designed either just for leash or for actual pulling. So these are not designed for that. They're designed specifically to protect them in an accident. So just make sure that if you're shopping and you're in the market for it, make sure you get one that's designed for that purpose.
Yeah. As somebody who's been in a couple of accidents, one of them being a rollover accident, and it's very important to have everything strapped down, which is also why I did the travel tote, because it gives me a way to strap that down. So, like I say, we're really interested in hearing what you think, what your items are, not only what your items are, but like how you travel your pets, because for us, like I said, we use these, which keeps them nice and safe so they don't end up in the front seat if we have to slam on the brakes or anything like that. And
yeah. Those are our items, but we would love to hear if you guys have other items on your top 5 list, because again, you know, we've had dogs for years, but we haven't been traveling with dogs for, I mean, not like this in the RV and stuff. That's more recent to us. So those veterans out there, let us know what you figured out that works better, or what you have like on your top 5. Maybe you've got things that we missed, so we would love to find that out. Those of you that are new, bringing fresh eyes to it, tell us, because again, our research is a little bit older too, so maybe there are newer things out in the market that we don't know about, but we would love to hear. So please feel free to share, like, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe really helps us out, and if you're interested in some more of our videos, like our top 5 travel day items for humans, check out our videos. You probably could find them somewhere around, maybe over here somewhere, maybe over there. I don't know where I'll end up putting them later. And then like and subscribe, like she said, click the notification bell, all that fun, Facebooky, YouTube, and all those other services.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.